different.
Surprised I can pull you into this place? The outsider marked me long ago. I made you flee your precious tower and turned Emily into cold stone. How difficult for you. But when I was young, sweet Jessamine and I were close as sisters, sharing a secret. Emperor Kaldwin had another daughter, born in shame to a kitchen maid.
What's she playing at? Maybe how is the question.
When you're older, perhaps next year.
You said that last year. Jessamine is younger than me, and she's a court every day.
Isn't this... well... it's complicated. We'll understand someday.
What did I do? I'll be good. I swear.
Next year, I promise.
During the day, Jessamine and I played games in the tower. But at night, I'd go back to the servants' quarters to cockroaches and thin gruel. Emperor Daddy would visit and tell me if I was good. Next year, I'd be old enough to come to court to be a princess. Then one day, pretty Jessamine broke something worth a fortune, and the spy master caught us. She claimed I did it, and he whipped me in the garden house until I bled. My mother lost her kitchen job, and that night we were out on the streets with no place to sleep.
I didn't forget.
Would you like to tell me your name?
We were just playing.
Young Lady Jessamine. What's your name?
It was her. Delilah's lie. She broke it.
I really like this game, but I gotta admit, the story aspects aren't very good. Also, I love how this is literally the exact same story between the Red Queen and the White Queen in Alice Through the Looking Glass.
Mother and I saw the nastiest parts of Dunwall, ending up in debtor's prison. Jessamine died quick on an assassin's blade, but my mother lingered for weeks after a fat guard broke her jaw. They threw me out when she died. I looked up at the lights of Dunwall Tower and swore revenge. Washing bedsheets in a brothel, I painted on the side, until Anton Sokolov took me as a student. That's the polite word for it. I was crafty even before the outsider marked me, and survived the worst the Empire could offer. Now it's your turn.
My mother's sick. She needs help.
Your mother kicked off while you were out begging. She's another bag of bones now, girl.
What? No!
The sentence is served and she'll be tossed out with the others. You can't stay here anymore.
How much of this is true, and how much is Delilah's warped imagination? When I saw what they'd done to Anton Sokolov, I wanted to hurt everyone who'd helped Delilah and the Duke of Serkonos pull off their coup. Sokolov is the man who made whale oil into a weapon, who turned back the plague, and now he's barely able to speak. The hands that painted the most powerful men and women of our time shake too badly to hold a spoon. When he does talk, he's going to give me a name, the next step along the way to Duke Luca Abel, then Delilah herself. A name. That's all I need.
I miss you, even in the void. If only I could do more.
Jessamine, Delilah's stronger now.
Am I to blame for Delilah's bitterness?
All this is her doing, and she'll die for it.
Our decisions have weight. I feel my time drawing to an end soon.
For a man of his age, Sokolov's make...
Good to see that you're still with us. Thank you for helping Anton.
Sokolov's not the only one making a rapid recovery. I'll be good enough to leave soon. There's a lot to do. Of course, unless the Duke falls, he'll undo my best efforts here.
I'm working on that. Believe me, the Duke has my full attention.
Karnaka's key leaders are flawed for certain. After all this is settled with the Duke, and the time of the coup has passed, whichever ones are left standing could change things here. Consider that, as you come face to face with the Duke's remaining associates.
Maybe, Alexandria, but sometimes your friends dictate your fate.
Jindosh wanted me to...
Anton, you've had 3 days to rest. Tell me how to kill
tortured
Delilah.
him. His body is covered with bruises.
Delilah has the throne and she has Emily. Anton, once we had you in a cage and you dared us to kill you, I need that man back.
Corvo, she's right. I can make electricity move from one side of the room to the other, but Delilah is beyond my understanding. When I came to Serkonos, I meant to leave everything behind. But when the assassination started, I couldn't ignore it. By the time Megan and I connected the murders to the Duke, it was too late. The Crown Killer came for me. It kept me alive from my knowledge, but I saw things. Jindosh often had a visitor, Breanna Ashworth.
The curator of the Royal Conservatory.
Yes, Ashworth is dangerous, as obsessed with the occult as Delilah. Apparently, she's working on a device called the Oraculum.
There's more to her than either of you know.
If Ashworth is one of Delilah's lieutenants, I need to eliminate her. Who knows what this device is capable of, or what she's up to.
Meet me at the skiff when you want to set out for the Royal Conservatory.
Jessamine's face has never faded from my memory. Could Delilah truly be her sister?
I painted that from memory, which is a tricky thing. But I must admit to seeing some of the old Emperor's features in her face. It was long ago when I took Delilah in, whipped thin, angry and brilliant. But her obsession with the occult and the Caldwin family took her out of my circles.
Delilah's paintings are chaotic, but she sculpts much better than you, Anton.
You knew Delilah? When were you going to tell me?
When you needed to know. My past is none of your business, Royal Protector.
Another lifetime. We all came to Karnaka for our own reasons, Corvo. Megan had hers too. I'm sure you understand the need for secrets.
She saw her pictures and immediately she knows Delilah. Like, what? It's running a lot slower now. Well, that's not gonna stick.
We'll take the skiff. I don't want to bring the dreadful whale any closer than we have to. There is a small dock in Syria Gardens, close to the conservatory. That's as far as I can take you. Ready to go?
Yes, let's go.
There will be a Grand Guard presence outside the Royal Conservatory. Inside, be prepared for anything. Ashworth runs with an eclectic crowd. They'll be the real danger.
Someday I'd like to know more about how you met Ashworth.
I know you would. Trust me. Ashworth is important to which brings up something else. You might be able to exploit the Abbey of the Everyman in removing Ashworth from play. Turns out the Vice Overseer in Karnaca has been watching Ashworth from a hidden outpost near the Royal Conservatory. Check it out first if you want more options. Remember, if she's still working with Delilah, Ashworth is a grave threat.
Thanks, Megan. See you soon.
I don't know why it's running like shit right now. I really don't.
This is where we should meet our contact. From the Colomar Furniture Workshop.
How long do we have to wait?
Long as it takes. We'll be picking up balusters and spindles made of Zirconin umberwood.
I thought the old Duke would be a Danis outlawed underwear supposed to protect the streets.
We can't keep track of all the decrees. My client's refurbishing the
Huh? Someone there?
Why are all my powers set to somewhere else?
Come on, let's finish this.
Good thing I have the rat swarm to do everything for me.
Who's there?
Hello?
Stop!
Anybody? Search the whole place. I don't have time for that.
Still playable though, so that's something. Then again, still playable is probably a little bit of a stretch. Let's see here. Like, I kind of want to get Wind Blast to see what exactly that's going to do with a windmill, but I don't really think that's going to make a big difference. I don't know, maybe if I have a surplus of runes and I just feel like fucking around. Maybe next mission.
Breanna Ashworth, curator of the Royal Conservatory. For a while, I believed Ashworth had some connection to the occult in Karnaca. Something is happening that I don't understand. The overseers are the forward face of the Abbey, but equally important are our sisters from the Oracular Order. To be direct, I suspect something is wrong within their sect. Subtle changes to the types of proclamations they've been making. Small but troubling deviations from tradition. But publicly saying anything along those lines will get me accused of heresy by my rivals within the Abbey. Is it possible that Ashworth has infiltrated the Oracular Order?
So Vice Overseer Byrne thinks Ashworth is interfering with the Oracular Order. If true, it's another reason she has to be eliminated.
sisters of my blood, and all the little people who make this great are the law. This is the Duke, but you must all know my voice by now. A new emperor. First of her name. May she reign forever. There are some traitors.
I forgot the black market. They have some nice stuff.
Time to die!
Right! Got one!
Welcome to my shop. Say, an acquaintance of mine is supposed to be holed up in an office overlooking the Royal Conservatory. Check on them if you're headed that way. I'd check myself, but the streets are locked down. I'd make it worth your time.
No, think about it.
Come in, my friend. Always a delight to see you. All those... you want blueprints for better weaponry.
I'd suggest you don't buy any upgrades for him if you're planning to help him out. The only thing I'm going to buy is the safe combination.
No need to wrap it for you, I suppose.
They'll give you some nice rewards. Some money as well as some unique blueprints. Which gives some pretty nice stuff. It's not super hard to do either. At least I think so.
What happened at Pearlton and Bulbers?
Are you alright?
Look at you, leaving a trail of bloody boot prints across this dying city. Breanna Ashworth would have been miserable as a member of high society, forced to wed some bloated banker. Her only moments of real freedom, getting drunk at fancy balls, and slipping away to couple with strangers. It would have ended in an unhappy marriage and a late-night plunge into an icy river. But just before Mother and Father married her off, so many years ago, she found Delilah instead. It was all highways and graveyards after that, never looking back. Vice Overseer Byrne is an ambitious man, but he believes in the Abbey's mission, protecting the good people of the Empire against the likes of us. You know he'd be happier deep down if this ended with Breanna Ashworth's head on a spike. Maybe yours as well.
I kind of want to get bloodthirsty. You know what? Let's get bloodthirsty. If nothing else, that could be fun. Let's get adrenaline burst and still kill. Not sure how often I'll use it, but it'll be fun, and that's what's important. I mean, the Rat Swarm pretty much covers what I need, and I'll be able to get spend time pretty soon anyway, so.
People of Karnaka, this is the Duke.
Melinda, you look
Some of you
great.
question the stricter
And
mining
Nico said
orders and
to
the
give
new
his
tax
dog.
This cretin can open his wrists for all I care. Did you bring me something? The silver cigarette case like we agreed?
No, listen, I won't steal. I'm lucky to have room and board at one of the finest places in Karnaka. I can't lose this job.
Oh, really? You like being a servant? Polishing and dusting?
The place smells of lavender and antique furniture. Not like the dust district where the soot makes your teeth gray.
Karnaka needed miners, and he produced them. Out of thin air. That's the Zirconian spirit. Are you hiding?
I swear. Can't be far.
Be on your guard. Right. What?
What was that?
Go away.
Somebody's down!
I mean, it's not as bad as before, but still kind of shit. Let's see here. Well, I thought I could reach it. Well, that was close. Right, I forgot. They added a cooldown to when you can actually cast it again.
What? Shit! Anybody? Don't research the whole place. I don't have time for that.
Come on! Now you don't want to let me get a drop assassin? Really?